making Hammer uncomfortable, without him saying I'm uncomfortable, somebody around him would have came to you and said, quit making Hammer uncomfortable.
Right.
It would have been like a no negotiable statement.
Right.
I was young, manipulated, and I was a puppet.
All it takes to get a Nike or a Coca-Cola ad is to be on every front page of every magazine and every television and have a #1 hit and be on MTV and the #1 video, and then, hey, everybody's looking at this. Let's just hang a logo over his head like he's a NASCAR driver and stick our sticker up there with him. Now it's, you know, that back then it was Coca-Cola and all them. Now it's Coca-Cola and all them, and I got Home Depots and Lowe's and
Y'all, let's be real. The truth about Vanilla Ice has been buried for decades. The guy went from selling millions to suddenly vanishing like a ghost in the wind. Some said he got washed up. Others claimed he ran scared. But what if I told you none of that was true? MC Hammer just came out swinging with the kind of truth bomb the industry never wanted you to hear, and it's gonna leave your jaw on the floor. Hammer made it clear Vanilla Ice didn't disappear because he failed. He walked away because he saw the sickness in the music industry long before anyone else dared speak up. And most importantly, he kept his dignity, he kept his man card, and baby, that alone got the whole industry shaking in their boots. They both said no to all that creepy, nasty, behind-the-scenes mess the elite circles tried to rope them into. And just so we're clear, they never stepped foot into one of those infamous Diddy parties.
That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
Now, here's where it gets wild. How did Vanilla Ice manage to escape the Hollywood hellhole when so many others got dragged under? And why were other rappers throwing him side eyes filled with jealousy? MC Hammer, y'all. He dropped every juicy behind-the-scenes detail like it was nothing. So buckle up, because we're about to blow the lid all the way off.
I don't want to lamb-blast nobody's name or anything, but they told me, Hammer, you know what the problem is? You're a little too clean. Here's what we're gonna do. Why don't you start to do a few things and maybe dirty up your image a little bit. Maybe we can sell a little more records. I've had all that.
Back in the early 90s, Vanilla Ice was a legit phenomenon. The biggest white rapper of his generation, Ice Ice Baby, was everywhere. But just when he was at the top, poof, he vanished. And the rumors went wild. Addiction, burnout, maybe he was just a one-hit joke? Wrong. Hammer exposed what really went down. Ice didn't crash and burn, he strategically walked away. Why? Because the suits at the top were trying to rope him into freaky, humiliating industry rituals. You already know the kind. We've heard the whispers, parties, invitations, shady offers. Yup, those kinds of parties. Diddy level parties. Vanilla Ice was offered the golden ticket to elite status, but to get it, he had to surrender his man card. And what's that man card exactly? Ask Terrence Howard. In a shocking interview, he blew the whistle on what earning a spot in the inner circle really meant. He talked about the nasty stuff, young men being groomed, violated, and used in disgusting initiations by powerful gatekeepers. Ice was offered all that, and he said, hell no.
Lose your man card. That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card,
What's happening, brother?
you give up your ability, your right to be a man. Man don't take it, man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
The so-called gatekeepers, they expected him to strip down, get oiled up, and perform in private rooms full of music execs, producers, and elite stars like Diddy. In exchange, a cushy A-list spot, career deals, fame for life. But the cost? Sanity, dignity, and for some, their souls. Terrence Howard explained how the ones who give in often end up with shattered mental health, drowning in addiction just to cope with the trauma. Vanilla Ice saw it all coming, and he ran the other way.
Things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role.
But saying no, that came with a price. After turning down the industry's creepy invitation, Ice became a target. Death threats, smear campaigns, doors closing all around him. And this wasn't new. These sick parties, what some now call freak-offs, have been around since the 80s. Diddy didn't invent them, he learned them. from his mentors, the same predators who tried to recruit Vanilla Ice into their twisted games. Once Ice blew up, the big dogs circled. People like Charles Koppelman, who was tight with Clive Davis, the same Clive rumored to have made Diddy bend over to get Bad Boy Records off the ground, and they looked at Ice as their next little project, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed cash cow they could own. But Ice wasn't about to be anyone's boy toy. He saw the trap. He saw what happened to others, and he said, nope. He ran before they could get their claws into him. But don't get it twisted, this wasn't easy. They dangled a fantasy in front of him. Money, power, legend status. He could have been on top forever. But Ice wanted his soul more than he wanted the fame. And he later admitted he genuinely feared for his life. Let's put this in perspective. Ice was selling 15 million records off one album. His career was blazing hot. The man wasn't fading, he was fleeing. Under SBK Records, a branch of EMI, Ice dropped to the extreme. That album exploded, fastest selling hip-hop record of its time. And Ice Ice Baby, it became the first rap single ever to top the Billboard charts.
And these record executives coming up to me talking about, hey, we're from Epic, Motown, and Warner Brothers, MC. I was like, yeah, right. What are you doing over here in the ghetto? I didn't believe it, you know?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I landed a small record deal out of Atlanta called Ichiban Records. Sold like 40,000 copies. I was on there with Curtis Mayfield.
Wow, okay,
And really cool time. And when I was 19, that's when EMI bought my record and sold 1 million records a week. It's at 48 million now.
Wow.
And still going, so it's pretty good now.
That album catapulted him straight into superstardom. From there, Ice dropped Extremely Live in '91, got acting gigs, and even starred in his own damn movie, Cool as Ice, alongside Naomi Campbell. He was everywhere, and that's when the backlash came in full force.
Sampled them from him, but it's not the same bass line. Like he goes ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding 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 diggy ding ding, ding ding ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding, 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 ding.
The media turned on him. They accused him of faking his background, said he was lying about being from Miami when he was really a Texas kid. Ice claimed he didn't even write that bio, the label did. But the damage? Done. And the hate kept coming. Hip-hop purists slammed him. Critics said he didn't belong, some claimed he was mocking the culture, but MC Hammer, he had Ice's back. Hammer said from day one, he saw Vanilla Ice as real. Original, hardworking, never trying to imitate, just doing his thing. And let's talk about this. When Vanilla Ice opened for Hammer during his Please Hammer, Don't Hurt M world tour, Hammer saw the truth.
What person in the world would you like to have a private conversation with?
Who would I like to talk to the most right now? Vanilla Ice.
Hammer said he was stunned to see Ice rocking a crowd of 100% black fans with full respect, not mimicking, not cosplaying, just being himself. And get this, even Tupac had Ice's back. Tupac wasn't the type to fake it. He never once called Ice a culture vulture. In fact, he showed him love and even gave him advice when the other rappers tried to shut him out.
How did black artists treat you?
Great. That's where I'm. Listen,
like Tupac or Biggie or those guys.
Oh, good friends of mine. I was friends with Tupac way before he even blew up. When
NWA,
Digital Underground, NWA. I was the opening act. Listen, I was the opening act for the opening act for the opening act for the opener for the opener when we did the Stop the Violence tour with NWA, Stetsa Sonic, EP&D, Sir Mix-a-Lot. So I was that kid out there, and they were great friends. They embraced me, man. And my whole crowd was always black. I never thought I'd ever play for white people until my music went #1. And when it went #1, all of a sudden my crowds went, well, I went from smaller crowds to huge stadiums in rap music. It just hadn't been done like that before. So for me, I was just like, whoa. And here I am on tour now with, I think it was MC Hammer, and it's just gone mainstream. And it was us because it was my record that was first rap record to go #1. So it was pretty phenomenal.
Let's get into the real tea now. MC Hammer straight up said the hate Vanilla Ice got, it wasn't about music. It was about jealousy. Ice could switch it up, go from rap to pop to movies without breaking a sweat. He didn't need to beg for collabs or suck up to gatekeepers, and that made the other rappers fume. They couldn't stand his freedom, his nerve to not play by the rules. You want to know who hated it the most? Suge Knight. Yeah. Suge couldn't stand Vanilla Ice, and it had nothing to do with rap beef. It had everything to do with jealousy. Suge was pissed Ice had a real friendship with Tupac, his artist. He thought Ice was stepping on Pac's shine. But Tupac never saw it that way. Now, here's where the story goes off the rails. Everyone's heard the legend. Suge Knight allegedly dangled Ice off a hotel balcony by his ankles over unpaid royalties. But is that really how it happened? Turns out that whole drama started when a rapper named Mario Chocolate Johnson, one of Suge's boys, claimed he wrote parts of Ice Ice Baby, and he was mad he didn't get credit. So Suge, Chocolate, and a literal NFL linebacker stormed Vanilla Ice's hotel room at the Bel Age, and yeah, it got ugly. According to the rumors, Ice was held over a balcony and threatened until he handed over 25% of the royalties. But Ice clapped back. He said, the real story? Way less dramatic. He and Chocolate settled it in court. No balcony, no threats, just lawyers and paperwork. Still, people believed the wild version because Suge Knight was out here telling folks he was gonna deal with Ice. Why? Because he couldn't stand how Ice rose to fame without kissing anybody's ass. That was a threat, but karma? Oh, she got the last word. Look at the scoreboard now. Vanilla Ice, living good, flipping houses, running a thriving real estate empire. Meanwhile, Suge, rotting in prison. He's not getting out till he's in his 60s.
People assume that someone like yourself, who made tons of money primarily from one album, that by this time in your life, that you'd be broke. But the exact opposite happened. So tell me what business moves you started to make early on that put you in a situation of where you are right now.
Publishing. I bought that and then I had money. And then I was like, you know what? But I had money to buy it, which was a good thing. Because I've always made great investments, which is why I was telling you I've never been bitter about any Suge Knight thing. I've never been bitter. Look at me. What am I bitter about? Money? Really? I don't think.
And that's the twisted pattern, y'all. The artists who say no to the devilish deals, who refuse to play the industry's game, they're the ones who get labeled crazy, broke, washed up, just like Vanilla Ice, just like MC Hammer. Both of them refuse to let the industry touch their soul, and the industry punished them for it. You know what they were told? Just give up your morals, spread your cheeks, we'll give you the world. But Hammer said hell no. He wasn't flashy with gang affiliations, he didn't act hard, but don't get it twisted, nobody wanted smoke with MC Hammer. Behind the scenes, he was one of the most feared men in the game.
Talking about Hammer, but run up on him.
Hammer beat your
I bet he'll beat your
monk ass. Run up on him.
That goddamn MC Hammer, very serious about beef. Oh, you gonna talk about my dancing pants? I see you. And he will whoop.
And unlike others who were trying to sneak their way into industry power circles, Diddy, Suge, all them, nobody even dared to invite Hammer to those disgusting freak-off parties. Why? Because they knew he didn't get down like that. Hammer made it very clear he wasn't part of that twisted inner circle. He didn't sell his body, didn't sell his soul. And because of that, nobody had dirt on him, no blackmail, no secret tapes, nothing.
Without spending any money, Hammer could have told some people to put him up. Like that wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have, I know who Hammer was affiliated with, and he wouldn't have to pay to tell somebody else. Because people would just do it. We from Oakland. Like he wouldn't even have to.
And that's exactly why Hammer and Ice had such a tight bond. They were cut from the same cloth, rare breeds in an industry full of fakes. Hammer even said in 2009, contrary to popular belief, Ice and I are not only cool with each other, we're like long lost friends. He said he knew Ice since he was 16, before the contracts, before the fame, before the madness. They were real with each other in a world where fake is king. So where does that leave us now? Vanilla Ice may not be topping charts anymore, but he's free. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, he walked away with his manhood and his money. While the industry's favorites, a lot of them are either lost, destroyed, or in jail. MC Hammer, same story. He got clowned for going broke, but here's the gag. He wasn't broke in spirit, and he sure as hell wasn't broken by the industry. He came back stronger with receipts. Now that the curtain's been pulled back, now that people like Gene Deal, Jaguar Wright, and others are calling out Hollywood's darkness, the truth about Vanilla Ice hits different. He wasn't weak, he wasn't a joke, he was wise. He walked away from the devil's table before it was too late. So now we gotta ask, how many others wish they had done the same? Wish they had...